Coming up, I'm going to be talking about Disney Plus losing more subscribers. I'm going to be talking about the password crackdown, also talking about the new ESPN app, and much more. But before we go any further, make sure you do hit that subscribe button to keep up with the latest Disney Plus news. Hi, it's Roger here from What's On at DisneyPlus.com. It's time for a quick Disney Plus news roundup. And there's been lots of news come out overnight from Disney because they held their quarterly financial results yesterday, and we got lots of little bits of information I want to dive into. So first off, let's talk about how Disney Plus is doing right now. So as of the end of December, Disney Plus now has just under 150 million subscribers globally, which is just slightly down on the last quarter, which was just above 150. In the US and Canada, subscribers went down about 400,000. They also were down in Asia and in Latin America as well. However, in Disney Plus Hotstar, the area that went up a little bit, so did Hulu. Now, the interesting thing, I think, with why we saw a lot of subscribers leaving Disney Plus in the last quarter, primarily was expected to be because of the price increase. They did a big price rise, and they expected that some people would have fallen off. The difference is Disney was actually able to increase how much money it makes from each subscriber. So it's kind of counterproductive, really. So they might have gone down a little bit, but they're making more money. So they're actually up in terms of how much money they're making. In the next quarter, which we'll find out about in May, Disney are expecting to add between 5 and 6 million subscribers in the US because of the charter deal that came into effect. And that started in January. So they're just starting to roll in now. So that's going to be a lot of subscribers. They're going to lose some with like duplicates if they've already got Disney Plus and then they get it through Spectrum. You know, there might be some things there. But yeah, so there's going to be a big boost. This is really going to help sort of stabilize Disney Plus's numbers when they're kind of lumped in with these bundles. I suspect other cable companies are going to be doing something similar when they come up for carriage. Even Bob Iger said during the call in the question and answer session that he's expecting that to happen. I think we're going to see just Disney Plus bundled in with lots of different things with different packages. And I think, well, yeah, it's going to help stabilize those numbers for Disney Plus. So while I was a little bit down, it's not that really bad because of a lot of that was, again, price rises, and they're going to have a massive boost next month. So it's all kind of interconnected and stuff. So yeah, so overall, not good. But next month is going to be a big jump up. Moving on from there, but keeping on a topic which will probably help Disney increase their subscriber numbers, no doubt. They revealed that the upcoming account sharing or the password crackdown is going to be kicking into place in the summer. People have been getting notifications that through their emails that this is coming into effect in March. It's already come into effect in January for new subscribers. But they're going to be then in the summer, they'll start prompting people that are logging in from different locations and getting you to basically prompt the idea of you need an additional sub account, which they're going to want to charge you for. Very similar to what Netflix is doing. I suspect we'll find out a little bit more about this one nearer the time. At the minute, don't really worry too much because it's not going to be a problem right now. But just be aware that things are going to change over the summer. They're going to be doing the same kind of crackdown that we saw with Netflix. I suspect with this sub account that you're going to be adding on, it might work better, if you're paying for them anyway. Maybe it's your kids or your kids are at university and you want to pay for it, that's fine. But maybe it's your brother and you're like, actually, they can pay for themselves. You might be just get the ad-supported one. It might actually be cheaper. And it also might be a good excuse for you to be able to kick people off your account that you maybe don't want to have it anymore. But this is going to be happening on other streaming services. We all do it. I mean, there's no point, we've all got used to doing it. We've all been doing it. And it's just a change. The simple truth is Netflix added over 20 million subscribers got added with them implementing their system, drastically increasing how much money they make. Unsurprising to see everyone's going for it. I know in the comments people will be like, they shouldn't do it and it's greedy and all the rest of it. But it's business. That's just reality. From their point of view. If you say I'm going to leave, well, if you're especially if you're someone that's using an account from somebody else and you say you're leaving, they're not really losing anything. That's the key thing. There's always those like issues, maybe if your kid's at university or if you've got your kids at another place, of how that's all going to work. Again, I think the sub account is probably how it's going to work. If you've maybe got your kids at another house, maybe they live with the other parent, maybe that's how that's going to work. But yeah, so a little bit interesting. I think if you're going on holiday or if you're going vacationing or anything like that, don't worry. It will just probably prompt you. That will work out. I think it's going to be more if it's continuous. If there's constantly someone streaming two places at the same time, they're going to cotton on to the fact that it's not the same person or they're not the same household. That's kind of the way I look at it. I think there is going to be some bumpy roads ahead. But yeah, so we know it's coming in the summer. So right now, I wouldn't really worry too much about it, but just be aware that things are going to change. But let us know what you think about all of this in the comments below. Moving on from there, let's now talk about another new thing coming to Disney Plus in 2025. So in August of 2025, Disney is going to be launching a brand new direct-to-consumer streaming service, which is going to be ESPN. So this is going to be the full ESPN with going to have all the live sports, all the content. Now, whether or not they're going to end up replacing ESPN Plus, I can't see why they would run the two simultaneously, but this is going to be a new version. Going to be a little bit more expensive because it's going to have all the sports on there, which ESPN Plus doesn't currently have. Now, this new app is different to the new one that they announced earlier this week, which they're going to be doing with Warner Brothers Discovery and Fox, which is going to be like a mini like cable light program where you get all the sports. That'll be launching later this year. This is a separate thing. They're still going to be launching their own separate ESPN app. And for us Disney Plus users, they're going to be making it available within the Disney Plus app, similar to how Hulu on Disney Plus works. So that might be, it's probably going to be a while until we see what's going on with this one, but they're definitely looking to the idea of bringing that ESPN app will be connected with your Disney Plus, and that new streaming service with the other guys is going to be able to be as a bundle. But they're aiming that more at people that don't have cable at all but still want to watch live sports from all of them. But it's all non-exclusive. That's why we're still going to be getting that ESPN. Very confusing. The fact that right now we're looking at, like, we've got ESPN Plus, we got this new Sports Plus with all the other guys, and we got this another new version of ESPN. They're definitely going to need to, consolidation, Disney. That's what we need. But yeah, so we're going to be getting a new version of the app. At least we've now got confirmation that it is happening. Also, again, just more interconnectivity with Disney Plus is good. I think keeping everything in one and making Disney Plus stronger with having all of that ESPN content, I think will be better. But obviously, it's going to cost you more. It's not going to be for free. No word if this will go out internationally. I think at the minute it might just be in the US. But yeah, ESPN's going through some major changes, but they're getting ready to go into the streaming world, and it's going to help boost up Disney Plus when this happens. But let us know what you think of this in the comments below. In our question today, which comes from Molly, who says, I generally don't understand the reason why Disney doesn't just release all of its projects globally at the same time. Is it due to existing contracts or what? This is a really interesting question, because I bring this up all the time of, like, it's really annoying when you get new shows coming out and they don't go to Disney Plus globally. We really see it a lot more with, like, Disney Channel, ABC, all the, like, the linear stuff seems to be more impacted. So if it's a streaming original, we see it much less. You know, if things like The Bad Batch, Percy Jackson, they're global. But if it goes to the linear channel first, it seems to get a little bit lost. Now, it might be some contract things, and there could be some issues with dubbing and subtitles and getting these things ready. They have to be done in advance. So with animation, you know, generally they do a little bit more with, like, dubbing and stuff because it's easier for them to do. But with shows like, I think, like with ABC, etc., you know, if you're trying to get Grey's Anatomy and Abbott Elementary and they're trying to churn them out really, really quickly, they haven't got the system in place for getting the subtitles and stuff on them at the same time, which is disappointing because, like, today, Abbott Elementary and The Connors and Not Dead Yet all debuted on ABC last night, all now on Hulu and Disney Plus this morning. But here in the UK, we can't watch it yet. It'd be nice if they did. I mean, I can understand American. I'm pretty good at it. But yeah, I think a lot of it just comes down to Disney's still in that zone of, like, this is legacy, and this is linear, and this is streaming, and this is this, and it's all still very like all over the place, whereas, like, Netflix is just putting it out on one platform. I hope things would change. I have been saying this for nearly 5 years. I figured that when Disney Channel shut down here in the UK like 3-4 years ago, things would improve. They haven't. Sometimes as well, like, there's some shows that come on, especially like in Australia, for example, and they end up going on to linear first because they're like extensions of old shows which have got old contracts. It's all very hit and miss. It's very confusing. It's very awkward. It's very, I know now, like, if Disney Channel or National Geographic say a show is coming out in the US and we get a release date, we got a few earlier that I'll talk about tomorrow, I can't guarantee that they'll be global, and it's just a real pain in the butt. But wish things would change. They definitely need to make those changes. Maybe if they're making less, they can get them out a little bit better, but hopefully things improve. But let us know what you think about all this in the comments below. Go check us out over at whatsondisneyplus.com. Like, follow, and subscribe, and I shall see you guys soon. Later.